one of the questions that pops up, and maybe we've seen it not in such a private, or sorry, such a positive light with the private nursing groups and how that's been rolled out. But
Mm.
does a public-private, uh, let's say, approach where you sort of bring the two together, because I don't know that the government is going to be able to do this on their own or to be acceptable from a tax standpoint, but is there a role for private in the solutions that are necessary, especially on the capital side of the equation?
Well, there has to be, because it's actually like startup tech firms and others that are developing the technology right now that we need. But many of them have no entry point into the system. They can't get through the barriers to be able to get their technology in use, and that's important because a lot of this technology, it's great on paper, it's great in the lab. You got to test it out in the real life situations to be able to refine it properly. If you can never get it in, then we're never going to develop here. So you got to develop those partnerships. That's important. And I would even say, in terms of delivery, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Only about 70% of what we do in Canada is publicly delivered. The rest is privately delivered. And that's for a reason. Some of us have extended health plans where, I can pay for a physio if I want to go to physio. I don't have to get it through the public system. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think there is an issue when you start to develop um, uh, copycat services. So if we already have good public services in a particular arena, if you develop private that are the same thing, all that's going to happen is you're going to suck staff from the public system into the private system.
Right.
But where we really need to use private is where it's really hard to do that work in public systems. And, technology exploration is one of those things. And, pharmaceutical research might be one of those things. Like there are a lot of opportunities to work collaboratively with tech partners and other private partners.